Have you ever been in a situation where someone publicly disrespected you? Maybe it was at work, in a crowded room, or even in front of friends or family. You probably felt angry, embarrassed, or even powerless, right? It's a moment we've all faced, and it's not just awkward, it's downright frustrating. But here's the thing, the way you handle that situation can say a lot about your strength and character. What if I told you there's a better way to respond, one that doesn't involve losing your cool or stooping to their level? Imagine walking away from that situation feeling calm, confident, and in control. Sounds great, doesn't it? That's where Stoic philosophy comes in. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, faced disrespect all the time, yet they mastered the art of staying calm and composed, no matter what was thrown at them. Their wisdom is timeless, and today, I'm going to share 7 simple Stoic strategies you can use to handle public disrespect like a true master. These are practical, easy-to-understand tips that anyone can apply, whether it's a rude coworker, a stranger in public, or even someone close to you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to turn those uncomfortable moments into opportunities to showcase your strength. Let's dive in. Number 1. Pause and reflect. Let's start with something really simple but incredibly powerful. Pause. When someone disrespects you in public, your first instinct might be to react. Maybe you want to snap back, defend yourself, or even escalate the situation. But here's the thing, you don't have to react right away. In fact, pausing is one of the best things you can do for yourself. The Stoic philosopher, Marcus Aurelius, said it perfectly. You have power over your mind, not outside events. What he means is that while you can't control how someone behaves or what they say to you, you can control your response. And that starts with taking a moment to step back and reflect before you say or do anything. Here's how you can do this in real life. The next time someone disrespects you, instead of reacting immediately, try to pause. Take a deep breath and count to 5 in your head. This isn't about avoiding the situation. It's about giving yourself enough time to think clearly. When we react too quickly, it's easy to say something we might regret, or we might escalate the situation without even meaning to. By pausing, you're giving yourself the space to choose how to respond rather than just reacting on impulse. During that pause, remind yourself of a few things. First, this person's disrespect is about them, not you. Maybe they're having a bad day, or they're struggling with their own insecurities. Whatever the case, their words or actions don't define you. Second, think about your bigger goals. What do you want out of this situation? Do you want to lower yourself to their level and get into a public argument, or do you want to show strength and control? Taking that brief moment to reflect can help you stay focused on what really matters. Remember, Stoicism isn't about ignoring your emotions, but about managing them. By pausing and reflecting, you take back control, and instead of letting someone's disrespect trigger you, you remain composed and act from a place of strength and wisdom. This is a key element of Stoic philosophy. We can't control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. So next time someone disrespects you, take a moment to pause. It might just be the difference between escalating a situation or handling it with calm and dignity. Number 2. Let go and move on. When someone disrespects you in public, it's easy to get caught up in the moment, replaying their words over and over in your mind. But here's the thing, holding on to that negativity doesn't help you. It only drags you down. The Stoics had a simple yet powerful way of handling situations like this. They let it go. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most famous Stoic philosophers, often reminded himself that external events, like insults or disrespect, don't have control over him unless he lets them. He believed that our peace of mind comes from what we choose to focus on, not from the actions of others. This is an important lesson we can all apply. You see, the person who disrespected you might forget the incident in a few hours, but if you keep dwelling on it, it'll stay with you much longer. So how do we let go and move on? First, understand that you don't have to hold on to someone else's opinion of you. People will always have their own perspectives and attitudes, and sometimes their words are more about their issues than yours. By choosing to release that negativity, you're taking back control over your own emotions. The disrespect no longer defines you or your day. It's just a passing moment. One way to do this is by practicing detachment. This doesn't mean you stop caring about things that matter, but rather that you stop letting things that aren't in your control affect your inner peace. If someone disrespects you, remind yourself, this doesn't define who I am. It's just a reflection of their feelings, not mine. When you make this mental shift, you free yourself from carrying unnecessary emotional baggage. It also helps to focus on what truly matters. Instead of obsessing over someone's rude comment, ask yourself, what's important right now? Maybe it's your goals, your relationships, or your mental well-being. The disrespect, in the grand scheme of things, is small and temporary. The Stoics taught that it's the bigger picture that should matter most, not the fleeting moments of frustration or anger. Lastly, if the situation still bothers you later on, use it as an opportunity for growth. Reflect on what happened, but don't let it take over your thoughts. Write it down in a journal if you need to. This can help you process it, but the key is not to let it consume your mind. Letting go is about taking back your peace, understanding that no one, especially someone disrespecting you, has the power to control your emotions unless you give it to them. So, next time someone disrespects you, remember that you have the choice to let it go. Don't let it steal your energy or focus. Move on, knowing that your peace of mind is yours to protect. Number 3. Don't engage emotionally. When someone disrespects you in public, the natural instinct is to react immediately. Maybe you want to snap back, defend yourself, or show them they're wrong. But here's where Stoic philosophy offers some solid wisdom. Don't engage emotionally. The Stoics, especially figures like Epictetus, believed that your reaction is your choice, no matter what happens to you. In other words, how you respond is entirely up to you. Think about it. When someone insults you or disrespects you, their words or actions might sting, but the true damage comes from how you choose to respond. If you let your emotions take over, you risk making the situation worse. You might say something you'll regret later, or worse, escalate the situation. Instead, what if you chose to stay calm, even in the face of disrespect? Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This means that your emotional state is in your hands, not someone else's words or actions. So, how can you apply this in a real-life situation? Let's say you're at a social event, and someone makes a rude comment about your appearance or your work. In that moment, instead of letting your emotions take control, like feeling anger or shame, take a deep breath and pause. Just a brief moment of silence can help you regain control over your emotions. The key here is to stay neutral. A neutral response could be something as simple as, "I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree with that." Or you could even choose to say nothing at all and simply walk away. Sometimes silence is the most powerful response you can give. It shows that you're not bothered by their negativity, and more importantly, you're not letting them dictate your emotions. By practicing this, you'll notice something powerful happens. You feel more in control, and the disrespectful person doesn't get the reaction they were hoping for. Stoicism teaches us to be indifferent to things outside our control, and their words, actions, or opinions fall into that category. When you refuse to engage emotionally, you regain your inner peace and preserve your energy for things that actually matter. Next time you find yourself in a situation where someone disrespects you, remember this. You don't have to react right away. Take a moment to breathe, collect your thoughts, and respond, if at all, in a way that aligns with your values, not your emotions. Number 4. Separate ego from the situation. When someone disrespects you in public, it's easy to feel personally attacked. Our ego, the part of us that wants to feel important and validated, gets triggered. We might think, "How dare they talk to me like that?" Or "This is an attack on my character." But here's the key lesson from Stoic philosophy. It's not about you. It's about them. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, teaches us that insults and disrespect often come from a place of insecurity in the other person. When someone disrespects you, it's usually not a reflection of your worth, but rather a reflection of their own struggles. They might be dealing with something in their own life, a bad day, jealousy, or even unresolved issues that makes them lash out. This is their problem, not yours. Think about it for a moment. When was the last time you lashed out at someone when everything was going well in your life? Likely never. But when we're upset or feeling vulnerable, sometimes we act out in ways that don't align with who we truly are. The same goes for the person disrespecting you. Their behavior is a result of their internal issues, not your actions. This is where separating your ego from the situation becomes powerful. Instead of reacting in anger or feeling personally insulted, ask yourself, does this disrespect truly define who I am? The answer, of course, is no. You are not the words they say about you. You are not their opinion of you. You are the person who chooses how to respond to them, and that response says everything about who you are, not them. By stepping back and seeing the situation from this perspective, you free yourself from the emotional weight that comes with ego-driven reactions. You start to realize that no one can truly disrespect you unless you allow them to. If you don't take their words personally, if you don't attach your self-worth to what they say, then their disrespect has no power over you. The next time someone disrespects you, remind yourself, this isn't about me. This is about their own issues. Don't let their words define your mood or your day. The true power comes from staying centered and choosing not to engage with their negativity. Your response should be one of grace, calm, and self-assurance, qualities that truly define who you are. Number 5. Use humor or graceful deflection. When someone disrespects you in public, it's easy to feel angry or embarrassed, especially when everyone is watching. But one of the best ways to handle this situation is by using humor or gracefully deflecting the insult. This is a classic Stoic strategy that helps you stay in control and avoid escalating the situation. Instead of getting defensive or reacting with more negativity, a lighthearted or calm response can completely shift the energy of the moment. Think about this. When someone insults you, they're often trying to provoke a reaction. They might want to see you get upset or angry. But what if you refused to give them that satisfaction? What if, instead of rising to the bait, you simply responded with a joke or a calm deflection? Not only does this show maturity, but it also keeps you in control of your emotions. For example, imagine you're at a social event and someone makes a rude comment about the way you look. Instead of getting upset or firing back with a hurtful remark, you could respond with something like, well, I guess I'll have to work on my runway model walk. A simple comment like this can completely disarm the situation. It's unexpected and doesn't give the other person the chance to continue their disrespect. Humor works because it doesn't take the insult personally. It shows that you can laugh at yourself, and it also signals to others that you're unbothered by the negative comment. In a way, humor is a form of emotional armor. By laughing it off, you protect yourself from being affected by the words of others. But it's not just about using humor. Graceful deflection can also be just as effective. Sometimes you don't need to say anything at all. A simple smile or a calm, "I'm sorry you feel that way," can take the wind out of someone's sails. It acknowledges their comment without fueling the fire. By responding calmly, you demonstrate that you're not going to be easily rattled, which often leaves the other person feeling awkward or even embarrassed. Remember, Stoicism teaches us that we can't control other people's actions, but we can control how we respond. Using humor or deflecting gracefully is a perfect example of taking control of the situation without giving in to negativity. So, next time someone disrespects you, try not to take it too seriously. Instead, use humor or a calm deflection to keep the power in your hands and show that you are above their petty remarks. Number 6. Reframe the incident. When someone disrespects you in public, it's easy to take it personally. Your first reaction might be to feel hurt, angry, or embarrassed. But the Stoics teach us to reframe situations in a way that helps us keep our peace of mind. This is a simple but powerful concept. Instead of seeing the disrespect as an attack on you, try to see it as a moment to grow. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, reminds us that everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. So, when someone says something rude or disrespectful, it's not necessarily the truth. It's their opinion, and often, their opinion says more about them than it does about you. This is key to reframing the situation. Instead of letting their words define you, ask yourself, what does this say about them? Is the person insecure? Are they having a bad day? Are they simply projecting their frustrations onto you? When you start to shift your focus from their actions to understanding the bigger picture, you'll feel less affected. For example, if a coworker mocks your idea in front of others, instead of thinking, "They don't respect me," try thinking, "Maybe they're dealing with their own struggles right now. This comment has more to do with their stress than it does with me." Reframing also means viewing the incident as a test of your own resilience. Stoicism isn't about avoiding difficult situations. It's about how we respond to them. Think of it like this. Every time you encounter disrespect, it's an opportunity to practice patience, calmness, and strength. The Stoics believe that our character is built in moments like these, when we stay composed, when we don't react impulsively, and when we choose not to let others control our emotions. Instead of letting the disrespect ruin your day or make you feel inferior, use it as a moment for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe it's learning how to better control your emotions or becoming more aware of how others might be projecting their problems onto you. In this way, the negative experience actually becomes a stepping stone to personal development. To sum it up, reframing the situation is about changing the lens through which you see the disrespect. Rather than viewing it as a personal attack, try to see it as an opportunity to practice Stoic virtues like patience, empathy, and emotional control. By doing this, you'll not only handle the situation better, but you'll also come out of it stronger. And that's the power of Stoicism, turning challenges into chances for growth. Number 7. Address it calmly. When someone disrespects you in public, it's easy to feel like you need to defend yourself, especially if the comment or action is hurtful or unfair. But Stoicism teaches us that how we respond to situations is more important than the situation itself. That doesn't mean you should always stay silent or let people walk all over you. Sometimes it's necessary to address the disrespect calmly, but with control. Think of it this way. When you're calm and composed, your words have more weight. They show that you are in control of the situation and your emotions, not the other person. When you react impulsively, whether with anger, frustration, or embarrassment, you're giving away your power. In those moments, your emotions take the lead, and it's easy to say things you'll regret or escalate the situation further. Instead, consider addressing the disrespect in a way that is firm but calm. For example, if someone makes a rude comment about your work or personal life, instead of snapping back with a heated response, you might simply say, "I don't appreciate that comment," or "I'd rather you didn't speak to me that way." These statements are short, direct, and to the point, but they don't invite more conflict. They let the other person know that what they said was not acceptable without lowering yourself to their level. It's important to stay calm when you speak, even if you feel hurt or angry inside. Take a deep breath and remember, you're not here to start a fight. You're here to stand up for yourself in the most dignified way possible. The Stoic philosophers taught that maintaining inner peace and virtue is the ultimate goal. If someone is disrespecting you, it's their issue, not yours. You don't need to prove anything to them. What matters is how you carry yourself. By calmly addressing the disrespect, you also set a boundary. You're telling the other person that you won't tolerate being disrespected, but you're doing it in a way that doesn't make you the aggressor. This is key in keeping the moral high ground. And remember, addressing it calmly doesn't mean you have to get into a long, drawn-out conversation. If the person doesn't want to engage respectfully, that's okay. You've already made your point. Sometimes people will try to push your buttons or provoke a reaction. By responding calmly, you show them that you're not easily rattled. In fact, it's likely that they'll respect you more for handling the situation with maturity, even if they don't show it right away. In the end, Stoic philosophy teaches us to rise above petty conflict. By addressing disrespect calmly, you maintain your dignity and protect your inner peace. So, the next time someone disrespects you in public, remember, you don't have to react with anger or frustration. Instead, use the timeless wisdom of Stoic philosophy to guide your response. By taking a moment to pause, not engaging emotionally, and separating your ego from the situation, you can handle disrespect with calmness and confidence. Humor and grace can diffuse the tension, and reframing the incident can help you grow stronger from it. If the disrespect crosses a line, it's okay to address it calmly, but always with dignity. And most importantly, let go of it once it's over. Don't let their words linger in your mind or control your day. Your peace of mind is in your hands, not theirs. If you found these Stoic strategies helpful, don't forget to like this video and share it with others who might need some guidance in handling disrespect. Remember, it's not about avoiding conflict, it's about mastering your own response. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you won't miss more content like this. We're all about empowering you with wisdom that can help you level up your life and handle challenges with strength and composure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay stoic.